Not quite sure. Maybe, kind of, sort of. Still waiting for somebody in my ear to say that we're actually live.
If you want somebody to tell you, Gil, you're live.
Nice. We are live. Hey, guys, welcome to the live stream. We apologize for the technical difficulties with, with not having Hangouts work. We thought that was going to be available tonight, and it wasn't. So I apologize for all that. But, guys, this show tonight is not about me. I want to welcome on the 4 original members of the Outlaws of HVAC. Now, soon to be their new show is going to be HVAC Overtime. So welcome, gentlemen. I guess you guys can go in whatever order you want and just introduce yourself, man.
Well, hey, I'm Mike, M-Tech HVAC.
Nice.
HVAC North, Joe.
Very good, Joe. I'm Adam. I like YouTube.
And I'm Justin Beaver, not to be confused with Justin Bieber.
Can you sing?
I cannot sing.
I can.
He can sing. He cannot sing.
You
Do not sing.
That's funny. Well, I'm happy to have you guys, man. Like I said, I thought you guys did an awesome job when you guys were at the Outlaws for obvious reasons. I wasn't very supportive of that, but I support you guys in whatever you do, man. I think you guys have good chemistry together when you guys talk about, topics. And one thing that I've noticed about podcast YouTube is these guys like people that are real. Whoever you are, whoever that is, people like guys that are authentic. Don't change yourself for the camera. Don't try to be something you're not. And you can just tell that you guys are just being yourself, talking about whatever. And I think that that's why guys really, really gravitate to you. So I commend you guys on that. So I think this show's going to be awesome. Your trailer or whatever that Zach did was awesome. I loved it.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah, Zach knocked it out of the park on that one.
Yeah, I still can't figure out
what nothing
is working.
He made nothing out of something, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing out of something.
Something out of nothing.
That's what I'm looking for.
This guy.
That's funny. Oh, I guess this is the one that I have to look at. Here we go.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
I was looking over here at the thing, and then I was like, oh, there it is. But all right. Well, I guess most of these guys know you, but technically, since this is our first time talking, besides the half an hour we were waiting for Zach to fix the stream for me, I guess I'll go through. I'll call you out individually. I guess just tell me, like, I guess just where you're from and what kind of stuff you work on. I know that was in your intro video, but just shits and giggles. So I guess I'll start with Justin Beaver, man. Where are you from and what kind of work you do?
Okay, so I'm in Middle Tennessee, and I am a residential, light commercial, a little bit of refrigeration service tech. So I kind of get to touch a little bit of everything. Residential, maybe a 20-ton rooftop package unit, or I could work on a walk-in cooler at a convenience store. I mean, it really just depends. So work on a little bit of everything. Some geothermal here and there. It's kind of few and far between, but I do work on it a little bit. Nice.
Are you for a big company, small company?
I'd say probably small company. We've got 5 technicians and 3 install crews. So not the biggest company in the world, but not the smallest either.
Nice. That's the kind of size company I am, and I like that, preferably, to be honest. So I guess Joe, go ahead, Joe.
Okay, I work for a guy who's sponsored me for my HVAC commercial refrigeration. I started as I was one of those guys who was lucky to have a family in the HVAC trade, so I was into cars at first, and then I decided to go to mechanical engineering in college. That didn't work out. So then I started my own business, and I wanted to do something more. And started with the company. I got my gas, top level in gas tech, and I wanted to do refrigeration. Got my residential, and now I'm doing a commercial, working on a commercial.
Nice, man. That's awesome. Adam, go ahead, Adam.
So I started off, my dad has been in HVAC since the early 70s. And my grandpa actually before that, probably since the 50s or 60s. So on weekends, my dad would take me to customers' houses that he knew well. I'd pass him the tools as like a young, I was probably 9 years old, something like that. I didn't know what the heck was going on, but as time went on, throughout, high school and that, I started working with them throughout the summers and that. And then ever since 99, full time, kind of specialize in sheet metal, residential, a little bit of commercial, do a lot of boiler stuff.
Nice. The chat says Adam likes YouTube.
I like YouTube.
Yeah. Last but not least, man, Mikey Mike, what's up, buddy?
Hey guys. Well, I work, like I said, for the state of North Carolina, work in a public schools district. And plus also I have my own company too, residential, some light commercial and stuff like that. But I work on a lot of different equipment, from the smallest stuff. I mean, I'll fix refrigerators if I have to. I mean, do whatever you have to do. Up to, huge chillers, industrial size chillers. But I love it. I really do. The money's not all that great, but it's not all about the money every time.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, let me ask this though. I'm wondering, and I guess whoever can answer, how did you guys get connected? Like, how did the Outlaws or your little group form originally?
Well, we kind of hung around in the same area. Everybody, we would go to Zach's channel, we would go to John's channel, Chris's channel, and we would all talk and stuff like that. And then, one night in John's channel, we all wound up in one of his Saturday night videos together, and it just became like our normal thing every week.
That's cool. Hey, we were groupies. That's how I was, man. I was a groupie. I was, when Zach used to be actually doing videos and Ralph and all them, I would just be in the comments, So that's why when I started podcasting with who, it was different because I didn't have no YouTube following. People are like, who the fuck's this guy? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's different. But I guess I'll ask you this then. And you guys, I guess I'll pick an order. What made you guys want to start YouTube? Because we all know that it's fun, but it's a lot of work. It's, breaking that camera out, especially when you're busy this time of year, it's not easy. So I guess I'll go backwards through the order. So Mike, what made you want to do that, man?
Well, I was inspired. You watch these guys, every night I'd watch a little bit of it. When I first started out, my channel was called HVAC Porn. I got a lot of shit about it, but it was called HVAC Porn. Because my wife jokingly would say, I would go down to my man cave and she's like, well, you're down there watching your HVAC porn. And I was inspired by the videos that I watched, and it just made me want to do that, because to share some of my knowledge with the guys that are just learning the trade. And, if I can help someone, I'll try.
It's good to give back. And as long as guys come off and they say, hey, I'm not a super tech, I don't know everything, I'm just passing the knowledge that I have. And there might be a bunch of guys that watch that know way more than I know, but there's going to be enough guys that can learn from you. And it is rewarding. And that's why now that I've gotten the audio and the podcast stuff down, I really want to concentrate on the video stuff. Like me and Mike were talking earlier on the phone, it's just so hard this time of year to bring out the camera with the way my job is. But before I start yapping, Adam, what brought you into YouTube, buddy? What made you want to do it?
Honestly, my wife would always watch some crazy TV shows all the time. So I'd end up laying on the couch with my headphones on and just surfing YouTube. And I remember early on years ago, I used to think, one of the first guys that I ever watched was Dr. Z. I just thought that dude was hilarious. He would show up and the first thing he would say, hello, my viewers. I love watching that guy. He cracked me up, which he was actually on one of our last streams. He came on in the middle of the night. That was pretty cool to talk to him.
Isn't he
what's that?
Isn't he 100 now?
101.
Oh yeah.
He definitely did look, well, it was really late at night. I think he woke up and just jumped on, but he looked a few years older, I got to say. But yeah, I've been watching people for a long time, and I was like, I should do this. But you're laying on the couch, you're like, maybe tomorrow. And it was just the same thing. One day, John invited me in on his video, and then you kind of get hooked on it. But it is a lot of work. And right now I'm kind of slacking on posting videos, which hopefully, it's hard when you're this busy,
Yeah, it is. And before I go on to the next person, I think there's kind of two formulas. Like we talked about, like there's Greaves, and when I talked to him, and like Zach knows, Greaves was like, I want to put out one video a week. I want everybody to know consistently on this day, a video is going to come out, but I want to make sure that video is flawless. Like we all know, like he would make a filter change look like it was a blockbuster goddamn movie, but he did it. Or you have the guys, like Steve Lav, not that he does a bad job editing. I don't mean it that way, but Steve Lav, he puts a video out every day. People know every day they're going to have a video. He may not have the best editing quality, but he's real, he's raw, and every day he has a video. So like there's different styles and techniques that you can go with that I've noticed that it's kind of hard to like find your own and like blend in the middle and stuff like that. But I do think consistency is key, but it's hard. You know what I mean? Joe, we'll go with you next. What made you start YouTube, brother?
I think I'm going to say to help, because I remember those early days when I was a teen or early 20s. I'm working on a car. I'm like, you know what? Let's see what this guy does. Look it up. Oh, okay, cool. That's a good tip. And so from cars to HVAC, it's good to help people, and I like to help people and share knowledge, and people could help me back. It's a good way to communicate with others around the world, and let's see how they're doing it or see what they're working on. I think that's what a lot of us in common had as well, that what gravitated to each other is helping people.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much I've learned from watching videos. And, I've been doing this for a long time, but just picking up things that different people do. And like you see somebody do something that you maybe know how to do, but it's like, damn, that's so much easier than the way that I do it.
That's right.
So it is. It makes us all better. So last but not least, Mr. Justin, man, what made you get into YouTube, brother?
Yeah, kind of the same stuff. Some of these other guys just kind of reiterate, I think I started watching Zach and John and Gray Furnace Man, Stephen Raridan, a bunch of different people. I watched it for several years, and, I kind of the same mind frame. Oh, I ought to do that. That seems like fun, and then never really got around to it. And then we started doing hangouts together, and we all kind of talked about it. It's like, why not? So, part of it is to, maybe help, and get feedback, Yeah, I mean, you're going to have trolls no matter what that's going to disagree with what you do or whatever. But, maybe you do pick up something from somebody that says, hey, why didn't you do it like this? So, I enjoy it. And I'm kind of like Adam, I've slacked on videos. I haven't put up as many as I should.
We all
like you said, it's hard. It's hard.
It is, man. And you got to get into a routine. And I commend the guys that can do it all the time. And I know it has a lot to do with your job, and, guys that own their own company. I mean, they can just do whatever they want. So I get that, but it is a lot. And doing YouTube and putting yourself out there, that's a big part of it too, because if you look at any of the big YouTubers, that if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right, because everybody gets them. You're going to have those people that no matter what you do, that they're going to hate on you. But, I think it's the learning aspect. Like I've learned about tools and different things since I joined these communities more than I ever knew before. And then it's just the discussion about our trade. Like you might be at work talking to buddies about something, but I think stuff like this really opens up discussions that makes it fun, where it doesn't seem like it's work. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree 100%. Talking to what you're working on and what happened at work. It's a huge discussion. It's a never ending discussion because you're learning something every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this just makes it fun. Like when I talk to my guys at work and we're talking about something, you can tell that they're interested, but it's like, they feel like if they don't answer it right, they're going to fail, like they're taking a test or something, when I want them to just be loose. But if we were all sitting here talking about a vacuum pump or how to pull a vacuum or something like that, we're all just going to chime in and we're just going to be free. And, oh, this is what I do. And I use these hoses with this, rig and all this other kind of stuff. It's a more relaxed environment. And I think it's good for, I know some of you guys, I guess we're all about the same age. We're all in our 30s, right?
Yeah.
I'm a little.
just nod your head, Mike. Just say yeah.
Just say yes, Mike. Just say yes.
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah, but just think, there's I wish that when I was like starting in the trade that there was videos to help out. Like YouTube wasn't a thing then. So to be able to have this as a resource, there's no excuse for younger guys coming out not to be able to get the resources that they want. So I guess with that being said, with YouTube, what do you guys hope to, like, what are you trying to do with your show? Like, what is going to be like your premise of different topics? What direction do you want to take it? And you guys can answer however, whoever wants to answer.
Well, honestly, we just want to provide some knowledge to the people out there watching and have fun doing it. We have to be serious every day at work. So this gives us an outlet to cut up with each other and still provide people with what they want to see, have some giveaways, help, the upcoming techs with good quality tools if we can, t-shirts, hats, just things like that. And try to, like I said again, can't say it enough again, help train people if we can.
But we're also kind of building off each other too, because on multiple occasions, we bounce problems off each other, on a weekly basis. You run into something and one of the other guys is like, oh, I'll tell you what's going on there. This is a common thing with this system or unit or whatever you're working on. So I think, especially with HVAC, you learn until you retire or until you die. You're never going to know it all,
Amen.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah.
I think that's that. I was going to chime in on that too. As far as like, say, maybe doing question and answers with people in the chat, I'm not going to sit here and claim to know everything or know every question that's asked, where Adam or somebody else is going to chime, if, like, perfect example, if somebody asks a question about a boiler or a chiller or something like that, I'm not your guy. I ain't got a clue. But Adam works on boilers. Joe works on boilers. Mike probably works on boilers and chillers. So amongst that, even though I don't have the answers to it, with interacting with, with the show, maybe I learn a little bit too,
Yeah. Well, I've always thought about something like that. And to be honest, I didn't want to, excuse me. I didn't know how to do it. Was do that like a Q&A where it was almost like to have a platform for people to talk about issues or things they got stuck on that week, to have it to a platform. And one thing I will commend you guys on, and I actually told Mike this when we talked on the phone, is I know when I used to do live streams, and I'm probably even doing it right now, is I wasn't very good. Like, I would talk to the people I had on with me, but I wasn't always very well with interacting and with the chat at the same time. And I do commend you guys that I've noticed that you guys will have your conversations, but you're very, very good at still keeping the chat incorporated. So that's big. And I give you guys that, and I commend you. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Although tonight I lost power. I don't know if you saw my lights suddenly come back on. I was like, oh. But yeah, I have my phone propped up on a box of Cat 5 with a drive cleat holding the backside of it up right now because my computer and internet was down. So I can't see the chat. That's the point tonight.
Yeah.
We all had some bad luck, I guess, because you guys see me when I did the switch. My internet came back and I came back to my computer. I was on my phone. So I guess a little bad luck today.
Yeah. I had internet. I just didn't have God damn it. I knew that I should have came down when I thought Hangouts was going to work. When Zach texted me earlier and he was like, man, Hangouts is working. I was like, yes. And I knew I should have came down here earlier. So you guys have already saw in the chat, man. Thank you always to Zach for making this possible tonight. He's going to go delete all my all 5 of my YouTube videos. Because he had to give him all my passwords, and he had to help tonight because I'm not good with this video stuff, and Hangouts was so easy. So I got to figure it out. I got to take one of Zach's, live streaming 101 classes or something, $19.95 a month or something like that he's charging. So,
if he does have that class, I'll sign up for it. I told him in the past, like, Zach, I'll pay you. Can I just have like 2 hours of your time, please?
Yeah, he's good at that stuff, man. And that's why I always say, and like people, like, I'm not just blowing smoke up his butt, man. It's after doing a podcast and knowing what all it goes in to try to make the sound good and the live streams and the videos and seeing the kind of show that he puts on, it's not easy, man. So I know that he puts in a crap ton of work to do that. So that's why for you guys to go on there and do a show and Zach's going to produce it, the quality is going to be good. To be honest, if you guys ever leave Zach, good luck trying to match it. That's going to be the problem if you guys ever part ways. I don't. Let me rephrase that. I don't mean like that kind of part ways. I mean like if you guys like down the road, years and years down the road. Let me rephrase that.
Gotcha.
Are you talking about when we're on our third wife?
Yeah. When you start smacking us butts around a little bit, you gotta so it was funny, and I won't say his name, but I looked in the comments of the video when he was talking about you guys, and some guy was like, 3 breakups. What's the common denominator? It's you, man. It's you. And I just started laughing. But yeah, no, that's it's awesome, man. I'm looking forward to your show, man. I think that there's one thing about like, Ralph and the job that he does now and Zach doing this, that as far as like just actual like HVAC YouTube community and like guys like putting up videos, it's not like it was when I first started watching, like it's not as many guys out there. Or I take that back because there could be a lot of guys and I'm not into some of them yet. You know what I mean? But I know there was like a lot of like big guys when I got into it, as far as like a lot of big subscribers like John and Zach and Ralph and Steve and a bunch of these other guys. So it's cool to see new YouTubers come in, and I like how like now how they keep the community is tight. It doesn't have to be a us versus them kind of deal. And I know you guys understand what I mean when I say that, where it's a community of everybody together that we all do the same job. We're all trying to help each other. So it's like that, you guys come on my show or my podcast, you go on Zach's, I come on yours, vice versa. And that's how we make this a community, like showing the end user, the listener, the viewer that we're all trying to help. We all do the same thing. We all put our pants on the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spend money on these fancy microphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, we all try to help each other and promote each other's channels, because that's just how we're going to build subscribers and make sure that we're all seen across the board. We even worry about having a show on the same night as someone else because we don't want to take away from their show.
Yeah, I used to think that, and there's only so many nights in a week, and there's really no way to get around it because there's so many good guys out that it's kind of hard. Because I thought the same thing. Like, hey, if I do a show, like, what night would I do it? Because I know Zach does these nights, and Chris Stevens does Monday nights, and there's only 7 days in a week, and you got to fit around your schedule. I mean, the other person hopefully is going to know that it's not meant malicious. You're just doing it when you can do it. But I understand. I used to feel the same way, Mike. Let's yeah, man, I'm never speechless. How about that?
Actually, I have one more thing. We had a poll on our show, what to name our show, and HVAC Overtime won that poll. So the new show will be called HVAC Overtime.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
Although Susie had a good name tonight on Zach's show.
Yeah, I seen that.
I missed that. What'd she say?
Floppy seconds. HVAC.
Why didn't we have that on the poll, man?
God.
That's funny, and that came from a woman.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, they Justin. Henning said, just do it the same night as their old buddy.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Night.
You know, you guys talk about community. I didn't tell these gentlemen yet, but I guess now I could say because I have some time to myself for once. But there's a YouTuber. He's Canadian, HVAC Know-It-All. I used to watch him, and then I started fading away because I wasn't into the YouTube. And then Adam mentioned it again, his name again. So I looked back at him, got in touch with him, haven't met him, and I was at this supplier yesterday. We get our units from them, and a guy comes in. And he looks like him. And, you know, I don't want to stare too much. And then all of a sudden, that could be him. We both look at each other like, you know, what's going on here? So I text him. I go, wait, do you ever come to so-and-so? He's like, yeah, I was just there. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. HVAC Know-It-All. So I met him. And it was crazy because who would have thought, like, of all YouTube, you meet a guy on YouTube. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty cute, cool story. And we talked, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Gary McCready is a cool guy.
Yeah,
man.
okay. So you know him. Good.
Yeah, I've only talked to him a few times. I mean, I don't know him like that, but he's a very, very cool guy. He's a smart dude, man. And his podcast and his channel's killing it. He's really tearing it up out there in Canada.
Hey, Joe, as I was listening to that story, the way I was hearing the story in my head was you looking over at him in the counter saying, "Hey," and then him looking back at you being like, "Hey."
It almost went like that. It was almost like that. Hey. It was in our heads, right? Hey.
Do people really wear the Canadian tuxedo? Is that true? When they wear like the denim jacket and jeans?
That is funny, but I have worn a denim jacket, but I don't think it was a Canada, suit thing. Excuse me.
I think I wore a denim jacket back in the late 80s.
That's right.
I think I'd be dazzled mine.
Dazzled.
Yes. That's funny.
Yeah, it's go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna say, till now, like from yesterday till now, it's just I like if I didn't get we didn't start this YouTube thing, I would have even met this guy. And he's so knowledgeable, like you said. And it was just a crazy story, and I'm still awed from it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Well, it's funny. I mean, and not that, I mean, yeah, I have a little bit of following on the podcast, but it's funny when I've been at supply houses and like guys have been like, they're like, Gil? I'm like, yeah, buddy. How are you doing? But then when you listen to people and you, and people say like, oh, I listened to the podcast, or it's normally a podcast because they don't say I've seen a video because they've seen like 6, maybe 7 videos. All mine are podcasts, but but when you hear that's actually pretty cool and rewarding when people say that, I've been at like carrier classes and stuff like that, and people have talked to me, and the guys that work for me are like, what are you, some kind of celebrity? I'm like, yeah, sort of. Like, yeah, you don't even know. But no, it's cool to actually meet the people that are typing in the comments and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Yeah, I have friends at supply houses and stuff that are now following my channel and following Zach's and stuff like that. And I actually told a couple of them today to look up your podcast. This will be out on your podcast. So
thank you. Spread the word. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, it's definitely feedback as far as helping each other out. I mean, if you guys pass the word on the podcast, I appreciate that. And obviously when I'm on the podcast, I'm gonna share new shows and stuff like that, talk about people like, hey, check out obviously they're gonna hear this, of course, but yeah, I'll make sure that I plug you guys for sure, man. That's awesome. And at least now I'll be able to come in and watch you guys without feeling like I have to hide.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate you having us on,
Yeah, we did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh no, like I said, I'm like I told you when I talked to Adam and Mike on the phone, man, I was glad to finally meet you guys. Cause like I said, you guys all seem like cool dudes. I mean, to be honest, you seem like somebody that I would be on, I would be on a show on with, because we just sit around and bullshit and talk, because this is how it kind of used to be when I was with John and like my buddy Matt Mitchell, who was in here earlier, when we would just sit around and BS and talk about stuff. And it was a lot of fun, but obviously that was short lived. So it's cool that you guys can keep this going. That's awesome. So I guess if you guys have any, I have this, cause I'm not giving out my real number. I'm not stupid. I have this thing that's like 2 different numbers. I was gonna see if anybody wanted to. Well, never mind. You guys can call in if you want. You can just call Zach's number. I forgot about that. So we have all the features you guys want, man. So if you guys want to call in and ask questions, go ahead and call in. Zach will take care of it.
Call in right now.
I was trying. I went to grab my phone to look up the Shop Talk number, and then I realized, I'm recording.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, guys. We won't. I don't even know how long we've been even going and recording. So, I guess I don't want to keep it. Hold on. Somebody said, when are you going to do your giveaway? I don't have a high-vis Vito to give away, but I do have a couple of Vito bags. And if you listen to the next podcast, me and Kelly will announce when our giveaway is, just so you know. So thank you to Justin for modding the group. I think Matt Mitchell was in here for a little bit. Any of you guys in the chat, do you guys have any questions for these guys? I mean, I know that you've already seen them and other stuff, but do you guys have anything that you would like me to ask them? I haven't been paying that attention. See if who
Like the chat died or something. I don't know. It's not moving.
Too much pressure on them.
must be Zach's internet.
I keep waiting.
They had a few too many minutes of watching us.
Yeah. Ethan Riley. Yeah, the merch is coming, man. It's taken a little bit longer than I expected, just because the original company I was going to go through, I kind of pulled the plug on it because I didn't know what the end merchandise. I actually wanted to see what it was going to be and stuff like that. So it's still coming, but I ordered like $1,000 worth of shit. So hopefully it should be here soon. There's a couple of people that are going to get stuff first, just people that help me do stuff behind the scenes, and then whatever's left, I'll let you guys know. So don't worry. I'll make sure you're taken care of, brother. We're all old and it's getting late. 10 o'clock. Come on, Jeff. Normally you're like, 10 beers in by 10 o'clock. What are you talking about?
So Ethan Riley in the chat.
Go ahead.
Ethan says, are any of them planning on making videos out in the field or just these types of hangouts? We actually have our own channels. Mine is MTech HVAC. And I have videos on my channel, and so does everyone else here. Guys, you can give them the links for your channels.
Yeah, do that.
Mine's youtube.com/ateamadam. All one word, ateamadam.
Mine's HVAC North.
Yeah, mine's just youtube.com/Justin Beaver HVAC.
Nice. He sings to you while he fixes your AC.
That's right. I'm going to make one of them videos just for you, Gil.
Hey, man, that's cool. I'll do a rebuttal. We'll do like a changing capacitor, like dance battle back,
That's right.
No matter what,
Justin's going to post links in the chat also.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think you get some views at that. You got to title your video properly, change the capacitor while singing Justin Bieber.
That's right.
Yeah. Changing or cleaning coil with no pants on. You know what I mean? Like people will watch that kind of stuff. Just don't do it with New Bright and burn your ring on. Yeah, definitely. They're sharing all their channels. Chris said something. Yeah, I know, Chris. Merch definitely stinks, man. I'm in the process of trying to get the website taken, finished with a store, so I can just do it that way, because I really don't want to turn into a shipper. So we'll see. Yeah, man, we're gonna keep this going, man. I just I wanted to do this. First of all, I want to thank all the people for getting my channel to over 1,000 subscribers. Obviously, I haven't been the best with putting videos out. I know that, and I'm slowly gonna try to do that and get some more videos out. Definitely as the summer dies down, when we go into like fall and winter, it'll be a lot easier. Summer's been hard. Start trying to get some more content, and we're doing the video podcast. But the fact that I even got to 1,000 subscribers with the small minimum amount of content that I had, I thank all you guys for sticking to it. I really, really do. And I want you guys to check these out. I think that these guys they're cool dudes, man. I think that their show is going to be awesome. So definitely make sure that you support them and check it out. Obviously, it's going to be on Zach's channel. We know he's producing it, and we know that Zach does an awesome job. So we appreciate all you guys in the chat, man. You guys are awesome, man. When you guys come in here and talk to us and give us feedback, I mean, that's why you do this kind of stuff. So we really, really appreciate you guys, just like all you guys that download the podcast and stuff like that. I can't thank you guys enough. So yeah, if there's anything you guys want to say closing out, man, thank you guys for coming on. It was awesome to meet you guys. Definitely pass my number around. Please stay in touch, man. I love to stay in touch with you guys, and you guys are welcome on my show or my podcast anytime. All you got to do is message me. The offer's there.
Thanks, Gil. Appreciate it. On all of our ends, and as well as want to tell the guys, anybody, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to email us. We don't care. You could email us so many questions a day. If we could help, we will.
Do you guys have a general email for all of you have?
We will. We can make a general email for all of us if you want.
Yeah, you should just make one with the name, just like HVAC Overtime at gmail.com or something that you all have access to.
For sure. That'll be easier.
Yeah,
that'd be great. And I'd like to give a shout out to someone in chat. Southern Comfort. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Thanks for that name, because you are delicious.
I think he's delicious.
Yeah, and you've got me in a lot of trouble. I don't know if that sounds good saying that.
Delicious, like cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a drama warning. Flag, drama warning.
Yeah. Hold on.
There it is.
Yeah, we play that buzzer. We don't want too much to happen. We'll start getting some fat man in the back smoking a cigarette with Crocs on, changing the capacitor, trying to hunt us down. But I will say this, man. Zach knows, and I know, coming from that situation, I know sometimes it's not easy, and it can be scary because that person is kind of like on a bigger scale than you are. You guys don't need to worry about that. You guys just keep being yourself on your show, and trust me, from my standpoint, you guys have no problem with what you're doing. So you guys just keep moving in the right direction. Leave that stuff in the past. Just be the better person. Don't give that person any attention that he doesn't need it. So you guys just keep rocking out, man. And I think this show is going to be fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
It means a lot coming from you, man.
Oh, thanks, man. All right, everybody. We appreciate you guys out there. And thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm so sorry about the delay. Thank you to Zach for coming through and helping me out, which he's done countless times. Just the other times you guys may not know about it. So we really appreciate it, man. We're going to go and end this. You guys have a good night. And if you notice, I was trying to keep my language a little bit better. Even though Zach's producing it and it's on my channel, I was trying to keep my mouth a little bit better. So I'm going to end it this way. I'll see you motherfuckers later. Peace, cameras that way. All right, cut this off, Zach. Come on, people are still seeing me.
So the great thing is that I'm in control of this.
Yeah,
Still face.
Maybe the show's going to go for like 20 more minutes. We're not sure.
I feel like it should go for 3 more minutes because they had their promo video, and then that's it.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes,
do that. And
That's
My Little Pony.
My Little Pony.
My Little Pony.
Can you play my promo video too?
Yeah.
If you give it to me, I will.
One
You have to make it first.
the video's not going to, our show won't be this Friday tomorrow because we had to push it back another week. So check us out next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on
HVA Shop Talk.
Yes. Nueve.
I just love this. I can just wait here forever and just like never hit this button.
Yeah. Nueve's after Ocho.
Guy. I got to check in with the YouTube channel owner here. After this, Gil, I'm going to turn it off as soon as the promo plays, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'll let you guys introduce it again. I think, if you don't mind, I'd like Joe to introduce it.
All right, guys. Do you want to see a pencil in my bum? Check out this video.
see it. You ever see it?
My name's Mike. I work in North Carolina, and I work on anything basically from a mini split all the way up to like a 400-ton chiller, just depending on what day of the week is, what's broke. Zach, for the intro for this, can you do like a picture you standing in a white robe and your hands down? You're like your Jesus for your disciples and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I already have a picture available like that I made in Photoshop.
So I'm Justin. I'm a residential and light commercial service technician in Middle Tennessee. Started off as a install helper in Southeast Georgia, and over the years I've worked my way up to a service technician. I work on various things from residential heating and air to maybe a walk-in cooler at a convenience store. Every day's different.
I go, Joe.
No, you go ahead, Adam.
Oh, your turn.
No, go for it. I'm still thinking of what I'm gonna say.
I like YouTube.
This guy.
You guys make me want to cut my wrist with this.
It should be a little bit more funny than just like us sitting here and be like, hi.
I just don't want it to sound too perfect. But I've been doing it for 8 to 10 years, and I started doing this. I don't know. I just don't like. I just want to. I don't know.
That was perfect. You just did it.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Be like a big title on screen. That's Joe.
Would it help if somebody just asked you a question and it was like you were giving an answer?
I started as my own business in residential HVAC. Wanted to get into the commercial field. I had a good opportunity going in with this gentleman, put me underneath his wing, and so I have my own registered HVAC company, and I also work for a gentleman who's sponsoring me for my commercial HVAC refrigeration.
Joe looked like he had a pencil in his butt, and I was a little nervous.